You state in your book that teens are wired to make mistakes. If that's the case, how can parents help kids to learn from their mistakes?
There's that old slogan, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. And that's really what's necessary with teenagers making mistakes. I think sometimes parents have the illusion that if they're wholesome enough and if they're skilled and they're smart enough and they're capable and they're resourceful, that somehow their teenagers won't make mistakes because they take it so personally sometimes when these things happen, and we're all having that happen in our families. We're all going through the same thing. So the first thing is to get over the fantasy or the hope, the unrealistic hope that there won't be those kinds of challenges. So with regard to some of these mistakes, each and every one is an opportunity for learning. The word discipline comes from the Latin root discere, which means to teach, to learn. So discipline is part of what we do as we socialize our children and as they make mistakes around risk-taking or how they didn't plan well for homework or for a test that is about to happen, or if they end up in a physical fight instead of using their words. All of those are opportunities to help them learn. A good thing to do is to, I call it the debrief, is to review how, let's say one of my clients just got in a fight at school and got suspended, and he was actually kind of proud of defending another friend who was being bullied. It's still, fisticuffs is not the way through it. But the parents handled it really well as they reviewed with him that he was getting all steamed up and upset, wanting to defend his friend. And they talked about how he might have used his words in different ways or asked for help or redirected some of the attention the boys were giving the boy who was being bullied. And it was a very, very productive review. Luckily, these parents saw it as a mistake that the child could learn from. And that's what we want to do every time there's a mishap of any kind. How can we use this as an opportunity for learning? Because there's a wonderful phrase in neuroscience. It's called the neurons that fire together, wire together. With all these changes in the brain, brain growth is determined by learning. By learning, we're having brain growth for problem solving, empathy, decision making, putting on the brakes in difficult situations. So all of that is what we want to have happen. So they develop this brake system, and so they develop some capability in decision making.